coming up today on Man 360.
When we talk about eating healthy, we say you are what you eat, that it eats.
Wow, that hits.
So the fish actually create all the nutrients that make this possible.
All that and more right here on Man 360. Welcome to Man 360. I'm your host, Brian. Thanks for joining us today on this health and wellness episode of the program. Today, I'm excited to take you on a tour of a natural farm and nursery called A Land of Delight, located in Plant City, Florida. This wonderful place was started by our friends Eric and Jennifer Gonyon. We'll kick off the program with an interview with Eric, where he talks about all the different hats he wears and how he got into the farming and nursery business. He also shares some important insights about the state of produce and food in our grocery stores that everyone should know. After that, we'll explore the heart of their operation, the Harvest House building, and have a quick chat with Jennifer about the honey they package and sell on the farm. She'll also share some fascinating information about our immune systems and the healthy products they offer. Finally, we'll head outside to see how they're maximizing the amazing land that God has provided. I'm glad you're here. Let's get started. Welcome to Man 360. Pastor, doctor, farmer, 2 doctorates, Eric.
Big mess without Jesus. Yeah.
Was that where we ended up here?
Yeah.
Hey, we're hanging out here at A Land of Delight.
Wow.
And it is just awesome. I wanted you just to share who you are, what you do. I mean, I tease, but you do have a lot of pre-names there. What do you do? Who are you, what you do?
Well, thanks. Well, it's a delight to have you guys out here in CTN, but really, what do I do? Of course, the main thing is I'm with Drs. Rodney and Adonica Howard Brown at Revival Ministries International. I'm the crusade director, kind of his right-hand guy, travel all around the world, and we do a tremendous amount of things in the ministry. We've held every hat in the ministry. We really lift up their hands for whatever they want to do. And of course, one of the things we do is also Kingdom Business Fellowship, teaching entrepreneurs and training people on kingdom business. Mm-hmm. But then on the agricultural side, you know, the Lord kind of, I don't know if I'll say tricked us, but got us into this world by a passion.
Guile's in the Bible.
Guile's right. And so we bought this property in 2014. It was just, there wasn't actually one tree or anything on it. And we had a desire to put a seed in the ground and to feed our family healthy food. And then we started A Land of Delight just for us. And then now really thousands of people have come out here. We've trained people on how to grow healthy food and do a lot of different things. So we do have a lot of different hats, but it's all about advancing the kingdom of God and glorifying God.
So you mentioned, so let's get into the guiling part.
Okay.
What was the transition of doing this garden, the farmer?
We lived in a trailer. Jennifer and I have been, Jennifer, my wife, we've been married 34 years. We have 2 kids. We've been to 88 countries of the world. Like I said, travel a lot. But of course, from traveling with Pastors Rodney and Adonica, how do you travel around the world and stay healthy? Think about it. I always joke with people and say, would you get up at 3 a.m. and have a big steak and potato? And in Bible school, half the hands go up,
But that sounds delicious.
But what we're saying is when you travel in different time zones and stuff, your body clock is off and all this. But especially with Pastors Rodney and Adonica, when he went and lost all the weight and stuff, and my wife is really into nutrition, so we started studying things out. And then all we wanted to do was grow our own healthy food, to be honest with you. No chemical, no pesticide, all natural food. We lived in a trailer, in an HOA trailer park, believe it or not. Oh my goodness, getting letters for everything. But so I was reading in Genesis, I was preaching from Genesis, in Genesis chapter 1, and God created everything in 6 days. And then he tells Adam, he says, have dominion, be fruitful, multiply, subdue, right? We all know that. And then he said something next. He said, and I've given you every herb that has seed in it and every fruit that has seed after its likeness. And I thought, oh my goodness, God just gave us a self-sustainability plan for the world.
Wow.
It's called Seed Time and Harvest. And I told my wife, we got to put a seed in the ground. And so I started getting pots and putting seeds in the ground and growing things on the back of my trailer. And that's how everything started. And then we wanted a place where we could grow our own food, and that's how Land of Delight started.
Wow, that is so amazing. So and we were walking around and talking. We're going to do a walking part of the garden as well, of all the land and everything. So talk a little bit about, I know you said that Jennifer is like the Mensa wizard, Christian wizard of these things, of talking about
the
food, nutritional side of it. But talk a little bit about maybe some of the pitfalls or things that people don't know about with nutrition, especially for men. Because I feel like, too, for men, it's kind of like, it seems like it's macho to eat bad, like I'm macho because I'm eating something terrible. But there's a lot of pitfalls with that.
Yeah, there actually is. And one of the things is we have a saying, because we teach nutritional farming, which means nutritional farming isn't growing the plant, it's growing the soil. It's if there's no soil health, if there's no nutrients, minerals, enzymes, and vitamins, then does the fruit have it in it? So when we talk about eating healthy, we say you are what you eat, that it eats. And it's kind of crazy. So we talk like with an egg, you can have chickens out in your backyard, but if you go to the store and get a chicken feed that has antibiotics, hormones, steroids, and all that, then when your chicken eats it, you are what you eat, that it eats. Same thing with soil. If there's no nutrients in the soil, then your vegetables, your minerals don't have it. Our body is designed, we need protein, we need vegetables, minerals, enzymes, we need all those nutritional things, and if we don't, it's like having a race car. If you have a race car and go down to 7-Eleven and put the cheapest gas in it all the time, it's not going to work. So we're a race engine, and so we teach nutritional farming where people, we teach to eat living food. So when people not even just eat a salad, that's good, but like living food, all the vitamins and minerals and the nutrients and the enzymes are, when you pick it and eat it, it's the freshest and alive. Whereas a lot of people don't know, an apple in the store could be a year old. Hard squash, 6 months. A cucumber could be 3 months old. It's waxed. And you think, why do they wax it? I always thought it was because it shined in the light and looked good in the store. I didn't know. It's a preservative. I mean, how would you know that?
Wow.
And the tomatoes are not picked red and beautiful off the vine. They're hard and green. And they get processed. They take them in a truck. This is no lie. And they take ethylene gas and they put it on a timer. So if it's coming from California to Florida, then ethylene gas is released in the back of the refrigerated truck. And by the time it gets to Tampa, oh my goodness, this beautiful red, mouth-watering tomato that is not naturally ripened with the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients. It's artificially ripened through ethylene gas. So all I'm trying to say is garbage in, garbage out. We need to eat healthy because we're a race engine. We have a plan that God's given us, and people need to get educated on eating properly. Like cows are not raised in a cornfield. Cows are made to eat grass. That's why Pastor Rodney has a ranch, grass-fed, grass-finished beef. Stuff like that.
And I think you mentioned something we were talking before when we got on camera about, just real quickly, about corn. And if people buy corn, they don't realize in the vast amount of corn that you buy from the store, just share about
95% of corn is genetically modified. And what they do is there's a certain worm that really devastates cornfields. I've had it happen here before. And what they do is they genetically modify the seed and they put the insecticide into the DNA of the seed. So the whole thought process is when the corn stalk comes up and this worm attacks the corn, then they put this insecticide in the seed so that when the worm bites into the corn, it blows the intestines up.
The old and new intestines.
That's right. It blows the intestines up of the caterpillar. And so for a farmer, they pitch it. You realize how much more money you can make, how much more yield you have. But then if it blows up the intestines of a caterpillar, will it affect you? Will it blow your intestines up? And so and now they make many seeds, plants that don't produce seeds again. So the farmer has to keep coming back buying more seeds. And that's not right. That's not how God created everything. And so it's really terrible. They might sound good on one side, but on another side, it has a lot of bad health benefits.
So in A Land of Delight, you guys are obviously fighting back, I guess, against that. We were talking a little bit about helping people understand that it's just starting and doing something. There's just a step. I think you mentioned that too. You were like, I'm not this big farmer person that had this wisdom. So what are you guys doing here to be able to help educate people?
Well, we always are training people on having your own food forest and growing your own food. But then everybody always says, I don't have 10 acres, I don't have 5. Listen, you can have a 0 lot line. You could be living in an apartment and grow inside with grow lights. What we say is do something. We have vertical gardens, and when we walk around, we have a lot of different things. People can get a bag of healthy organic soil, pop holes in it and grow vegetables right out of it. So what we do is we say, okay, food, power, water. Food, power, water. 3 things for self-sustainability. You have to have clean, pure water. You have to have healthy, nutrient-rich food. And you have to have energy. But what can we do to help you grow? We sell grafted fruit trees. We have 1,000 grafted fruit trees, citrus, mango, avocado. People can grow in pots. There's something called dwarf trees where they don't get higher than 6 feet, have the same size fruit. You can grow in a pot. There's something called cocktail trees. I have them here. You got a lemon on one side, you got a lime on the other side, and you have an orange on the other side, all on one tree. Yeah, they're grafted in.
That's so awesome.
I know you like the grafted.
Yeah, I know, I love the grafted. Yeah, the comment.
So, and that's one tree for like a 0 lot line. You could have 3 trees in one. So,
that's so amazing.
Listen, a land of light, we always say, is where your greens come true. Or in any words, you can do something. You can grow your own lettuce. You can grow things. You can do it.
Yeah, that's so awesome. Well, Eric, I think it'd be good, and I was thinking about this, I'd just like you to pray, for our men, and just that, because I know, and we obviously think for men, they're the ones that are leading the family, the ones that are, it's not just the wife that, goes and gets and buys healthy food, and then the dad, eats all this crappy, food or whatever, but just to pray that there's wisdom, and also just to be able to start to do something, I think, with being able to do in food.
Sure, thank you for that. Father, I just pray for all the men watching right now as they lead the family. Yes, Lord, that you give them wisdom and understanding. Lord, I pray you put a passion in their heart that they can take their yard and they could turn it into a food forest, and that their kids, and this would benefit their kids and show their kids, Lord, how to eat healthy and nutrient-rich food. But I pray a special grace on them, a special desire to do this. Lord, I never grew anything in my life, and then I got fascinated about seed time and harvest. I got fascinated about self-sustainability, and you taught me. And if you can teach me, you can teach them. And Father, I just thank you that even for people that want to get healthy and lose weight and make this adjustments in their life, even as they get older, Father, I just pray for a supernatural grace, a supernatural anointing to learn quickly and have fun with it. In Jesus' name, amen.
Eric, I just appreciate what you guys are doing here. I thought about what's this like, we always want to spiritualize everything as Christians, right?
Yeah.
And it's really what you're doing is you're helping them with the taking care of the temple that God's given them. Right. Whether it's in health and just taking care of yourself, but also recognize what you put in yourself to be able to operate at optimal physical ability to be able to do the spiritual things that God has you to do. So
thank you.
It's awesome.
Thank you
Good to be
for everything, Brian.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it, man.
Good to have you.
Thank you, sir.
So Pastor Eric, where have we just walked into?
Brian, this is the Harvest House. Hurricane Milton a year ago devastated us, took our whole training facility out. It was totally gone. We had our chickens in our chicken coop in the neighbor's tree. We had 56 chickens dead. It was terrible. And we've just built this beautiful Harvest House where we can train people. People can come in, fresh fruits and vegetables. It's an awesome place.
So there's actually some produce in here. We've got some meat and things I want you to explain. We have some honey. We may talk to Jennifer here in a little bit.
Hey.
So let's just get your wife on camera. So share a little bit.
We, of course, we do our own meat birds here. No antibiotics, no hormones, no steroids. Our chickens say no to drugs. And everybody on CTN watching, no to drugs. Our chickens say no to drugs. So we do Amish butter and grass-fed, grass-finished beef. All of our produce is either locally grown, or if it's like apples are not grown here in Florida, it's all certified organic. I know you were talking about 11 calamundan. We have calamundan trees. We're passion fruit, many different things. So we have all organic produce, and then of course we do U-picks and stuff like that here for trees that are in season.
That's awesome. Well, let's go over here to the honey. And I want to talk about some of the immuno pieces. This is your lovely wife, Jennifer.
Oh my goodness, it is.
Jennifer, we don't have many women on Man 360, so this is quite an honor. We had Marilyn Hickey on, we had my wife Yolanda, but we wanted just to share a little bit about the honey and about immuno boosters that you guys also provide.
Absolutely. Well, with the honey, it's so important that you're getting raw local honey, because if someone's like millions of Americans out there where they suffer from allergies, did you know that actually raw local honey can help combat those allergies? So instead of spending all that money on Kleenexes, they can
and Mucinex
take the
or whatever it is,
out
drugs.
or something. So, but anyway, so our honeys, they are raw, they are local, and really it was my husband. He really is a genius, okay? And really, the Lord put it on his heart to actually come out with an organic turmeric, organic black pepper, infused honey to help people with aches and pains and stuff like that. Of course, we're not saying that this heals any infirmity or anything like that, but if there's something that you can do in your diet just to help improve your overall well-being, why not do it?
For sure.
So
try one here.
What if I put you on the spot?
I'm going to turmeric black pepper. That one is just like calling my name.
Well, and are you ready for this? We saute our chicken sometimes with this, and it actually tastes delicious. So what if there's something that you could do? Let's say you're cooking a meal anyways. Why not add that little something special to not only bring out those flavors, but help the overall health of your whole family?
That's so great.
And then, not to get long-winded.
I'm like licking the spoon. It's so good. Like, Jennifer, hang on, I got to finish. Okay.
But we also have the Ceylon cinnamon. And once again, all of these are organically infused. And
cayenne pepper, honey.
The cayenne pepper.
For wings?
Yeah, let's try cayenne pepper.
Oh, yes. Okay. So, do you like hot wings?
I do.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. You're in the right place at the right time,
Trying to get people
Brian.
not to use white refined sugar and start switching to honeys and.
Wow, that hits.
Okay. Oh, you got to do one for me.
I sound like Robert De Niro, huh?
Okay, I got one for you.
Holy moly.
One of our newest ones, my wife came out with lemon. You got to do lemon.
Okay, lay lemon on me.
Oh my goodness, this is amazing. Kids even like this one. Okay.
People do oatmeal, tea, honey,
Now,
different
this
things.
is
Jennifer's giving me like a
organic
big old squirt here.
It's going to hit you fast and hard.
Oh wow! It's like it's literally like a lemon drop, a liquid lemon drop that's based in honey.
So we have
That is outstanding.
We have 17 different infused honeys. They're pretty epic. Yeah.
So let's walk over here too to the training center section of the Harvest House as well here too.
Yeah, we're it's not what you can teach, it's what you can duplicate.
Yeah.
We teach people to grow their own food, all different ways. We do raised bed gardens, vertical gardens, aquaponics, hydroponics. We do all of these different things. We do grafted fruit trees, but here we're able to have people come in two different classrooms, one inside and one outside. Obviously we start in here, then we walk around the whole farm, but we teach people how to grow their own food. And we always start with nutrient-rich soil.
Yeah.
Because whatever the plant is feeding off of has to be all natural and nutrient-rich.
Yeah, you were saying too, specifically here in Florida, I mean, it's pretty much all sand. Let's just be honest.
You're growing at the beach.
You're growing at the beach. And we actually have, Yolanda's bringing a couple of these over for us to look at. So these actually help with put the nutrients in the ground then.
Yeah, because, like azomite, which is trace minerals.
Is that one of the biblical, one of the Jebusites, Azarites? Is that one of the... Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry,
prophet
first Old
azomite.
Testament,
Okay,
yeah.
no. Azomite, trace minerals. Ocean sea salt or ocean water has every element on the periodic table, but in the ground they use NPK. They use 3 elements, but you need to build nutrient-rich soil. So we have a vegetable raised bed garden mix. We have a fruit tree because we sell fruit trees.
Yeah.
We have a fruit tree mix, and then we have azomite, which is just trace minerals. And you have to supplement the soil properly, because if you don't, it just doesn't have the nutrient value that it needs. And they say that if you went back in time like 50 or 60 years ago, you'd have to get the nutritional benefits of 1 apple from 50 years ago, you'd have to eat 25 apples just to get the nutrients that an apple had 50 years ago. That's how overworked our soil is. So you have to supplement your soil, and you have to have living soil.
And it's awesome. You guys sell all of these here.
Yeah, we do
buy all
this.
these online as well.
Yes, sir, on
website.
alandofdelight.com, and we have moisture meters. We do grow zone charts, so people anywhere can figure out what they grow and when.
That's awesome. Well, let's take a walk around the rest of the property.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right. Sounds good.
So share a little bit about what's going on behind us here, and then also.
Yeah, well, when
Parking
people
lot.
come in, we have a parking lot, and then we do cross-pasture grazing because we only have 6 acres here. We have 4 quadrants where we move the animals around. We have our llama. We're a rescue farm. We have a tortoise. We have Henry, which we renamed Houdini because he escapes all the time. we got goats and sheep, and we even have Florida cracker sheep, which came over in the 1600s with the Spaniards. Believe it or not, used to be the #1 meat sheep here in America. Now it's endangered, but we rescued them. And so people park here, and then we do animal encounters where they can feed the sheep, the goats, the horses. We have 300 chickens back over here, and it's just amazing. And then people coming here, and they come down the delightful pathway.
Pathway of delight.
And I like that. And then obviously we have grafted fruit trees. We have 1,000 grafted fruit trees. We try to get people to grow food for us. We have raised bed gardens. This is coming in 2026. You know, we just rebuilt after the hurricane and stuff, but we're going to build a beautiful butterfly house. And this is where it's going to be an educational butterfly house for like the monarch butterfly and the different ones. Field trips can come and go through and learn all about the butterflies and all the different plants that the butterflies go to, and it's coming in 2026.
That's gonna be so great. That's awesome.
This is a vertical garden, and what's cool about this is you see it doesn't take a lot of space. Now this is not your traditional one. It's a little bit better. When you water the top on this one, it waters all the stations automatically. So you only fill water up here. Then it has a plant support. So if you're growing like cherry tomatoes or cucumbers, they can come out and go down like this. And you'll notice there's 3 larger ones and 3 smaller ones. So you could grow your herbs here, then you could have tomatoes or some kale or chard coming out. This actually spins. It could be on a porch, a front porch, a back porch. It has wheels on it and an overflow table. So this right here is so amazing that people could grow so much just in, look, this much space. And that's called a vertical garden. And then we do, of course, raised bed gardens. We do aquaponics, hydroponics, and a lot of different things.
Yeah, and so this is aquaponics, what's the difference with aquaponics and hydroponics?
Good question. Real simple. Fish.
Okay.
Aquaponics has fish.
Fish poop, specifically, right?
Okay. Well, this has fish in it.
Excrement.
And yeah, right. So the fish actually create all the nutrients that make this possible. Whereas in hydroponics, you'd have to put the nitrogen and the lime and the phosphorus.
And this is self-sustaining, basically.
Self-sustaining.
Yeah. You just
the
have
fish
the
multiply in here so you can eat the fish. The fish waste, the solid waste comes out. This is actually a system I designed, but the solid waste comes out, then you take the solid waste, and this is what you put in your garden on your trees and stuff. You know, they in the department stores, they call it fish emulsion and charge $20. But here, every day, you got your own fish fertilizer. And then the ammonia is converted to nitrogen through bacteria. And then when the water comes out, it's nutrient rich, and it just rolls through here. And see, that's a beautiful bok choy. This has coconut husk in it. It wicks the nutrient-rich water up, and then you just come and eat living food. Look, you talk about a salad platter. Look at that. It just comes right off. It's aquaponics, and we design these systems and sell these systems, and they're designed for backyards so everybody can grow their own food. So you can grow everything except root crops. You can't grow potatoes or sweet potatoes, but everything else. And then when you put trellises on the side, you can go vertical with peas and cherry tomatoes.
That's amazing.
This is our tropical section for soursop, different fruits, you know, like jabuticaba, and lots of different tropical fruits. One of the main things that we do out here is grafted fruit trees. And what a lot of people don't know is that if you put a avocado seed in the ground, it would take about 10 to 12 years to get fruit. But if you have a grafted avocado tree, it's going to produce fruit in about 5 years.
Wow.
And it's proven to be disease resistant. Most time they don't need to be cross-pollinated. And I only sell grafted citrus, mango, and avocado. That's a mango tree right there. Grafted, see the elbow here? That's a navel orange. See the elbow? That means that they cut this and they go to a mature tree that already has fruit on it, put the same diameter branch in, they graft it in, and then this thing is going to start producing fruit right away, and look how big it is.
Wow.
Just a little tree.
You mentioned avocado. How many types of avocados are there?
I believe there's over 500 different varieties.
Yes, my favorite fruit.
Oh, is it?
I love avocado. And when I learned it was a fruit, I was like, that was just cracked me up. So funny.
Avocado is amazing. So what our whole idea is, hey, you work so hard, you get a piece of property. Why Find out what fruit trees grow in your area, and why wouldn't you have an apple tree or a peach tree or a lemon tree? I mean, why not?
Right. And you guys sell the different sizes of
from
plants as well.
1 gallon to 65 gallon. And the whole idea is budget. You trade money for time. So if someone wanted to, they could buy stuff that instantly produces, or they could start small and go from there.
And just have it be their own.
Yeah.
And then you guys also do planting and also presenting as well if you're here in Florida?
Yes, sir. We do delivery, we do installation, we do irrigation, because you know, soil and water and everything is automated on my property.
Yeah.
Like if you notice, every single one of these have sprayers in them, all of my crops.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because if you don't automate it, then you get busy and you forget to water.
And you're like walking around with a little green watering watering spouts. So mention the, what did you call it, the chicken condo out here?
Yeah, it's a chicken mansion.
Chicken beach mansion, yes.
Now you notice the ground looks terrible over there because chickens will shred everything, but they need fresh grass. So what we do is, that's called a chicken mansion. We have 300 chickens. It opens on either side.
Yep.
We plant seed and we move them around. And this is also very educational. The eggs roll right out the side on the end out there. And we actually use what's called sex-linked chickens. Someone says, oh, what does that mean?
Whoa.
Okay, here's the deal. It's a white leghorn and a Rhode Island red. The reason they call it sex-linked, and this is very important, is if you were to hatch the eggs out, the females are one color and the males are another color. That's really important because if you're going to have egg layers, you don't want to have roosters.
Right.
So that's actually their name. That's what they're called.
That's all.
And we use Novagen chickens. They produce 385 eggs in the first 18 months.
Wow. Eric, this is just so amazing. This is literally a land of delight.
Oh, thank you,
It's
my
so
friend.
great. Thank you for showing us
Ryan,
around.
you're awesome, man. CTN, we love CTN. Thank you guys for everything
Thank you,
do.
Eric. We just love this. Thank you for being on the program.
Let's do our 360-degree review of today's program. Eric and Jennifer Gonyon are an incredible couple. They're not just teaching people about the importance of healthy eating, they're putting that knowledge into action with their farm and nursery, A Land of Delight. Exercise is an important part of our weekly routine, but if we're not fueling our bodies with healthy food, we're really working against our overall health. The earth is full of amazing foods that God has provided, and Eric and Jennifer are using nature in a unique and meaningful way. Eric shared some great advice when he talked about not getting overwhelmed by healthy eating or growing your own food. As he said, just start with one small thing and build from there. I also admire the Gonyons' heart for ministry. They've turned their farm into a way to share about Jesus practically by educating people on how to take care of their bodies through proper nutrition. A big thank you to Eric, Jennifer, and the entire staff at A Land of Delight for welcoming us to their farm and showing us such a delightful time. For more information about A Land of Delight, visit man360.tv/additional content for links to their farm and ways to connect with them. They also rent out the Harvest House for small events, so that might be something to consider for your next special occasion. I hope you enjoyed our program today. Man360 exists for men to be complete in every way through Christ, mentally, physically, and spiritually. Please connect with us on our website, Facebook, or Instagram, and we'll see you next week, right here on Man360.